Good morning from Jonesboro, Arkansas, the first day of fall, September 23rd, 2023, 9:02 a.m. I want to do the seasonal breakdown of our solar panels, which have been working now about 15 months, 16 months. So first thing we'll look at, this to the left is 2022. This to the right is 2023. Now, summer is important because for the first time ever, we can compare one year to the previous year. All the other seasons have been full seasons versus partial seasons. And so anyway, look to the left right here. We're supposed to get 35.6 kilowatt hours a day on average. 35.6 is supposed to give us 105% of what we used the year before we had them installed, which is what we used in 2021. Unfortunately, 2022 was a horribly hot summer. But anyway, if it had been compared to 2022 instead of 2021, instead of 22 panels, we probably have 24 panels right now. Seriously. But anyway, the summer. This is below 10 to 19 kilowatt hours a day, 20 to 29. Well, you can read. There you go. Now look at 2022 in the summer versus 2023 in the summer. Look at this. 52 days. First, let's tell me 94 days here. Whoops. 93 days here. So one more day of summer this year. But 52 days hit 40 to 49, which is really good. I love seeing 40s. 57 last year. Look at this. 7 days hit 50 versus 2. Does that mean the panels are already degrading? No, there's no way they're degrading that much by 1 year. The thing about solar panels is it could be a lot of reasons. It could be there were a whole lot more just full-blown sunny days last year than this year. Maybe there's a lot more clouds, a lot more rain. It wasn't quite as sunny. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons to explain it. Now, if it happens the next year and the year after, it starts to become a trend, right? But right now, there's nothing we can know from this. Now, there are people that despise anything solar or wind, and they're rooting for this to be degrading. They're rooting for this to be a failure. That's what some people are just like that. They're just strange. It's really strange when you have to root for something to fail just because you don't like it yourself. Isn't that weird? Oh well, whatever. But look at this. 22% this year of the days in summer hit 30 to 39. That's a minimum I want to see in summer. And that's 22%. Last year was only 15%. That's because there were more days in the 40s and 50s. So that 61, 76, 84% of the days hit at least 30. This year, 79%. 5% less hit at least 30. 57% hit at least 40. 69% last summer hit at least 40. That's I don't like that. Man, I'm hoping that we get back to this next year. And we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, but let's not get rid of it yet. We may go back to it. Let's make this full size. Here's our daily production. So far, pause the screen if you want and look. Right here's our goals. If we meet our goal, it turns blue. If we don't, it turns gray. If it's a record high or low, it turns gold. And down here are some stats you can look at if you want to see how we're doing compared to the previous years. Right here, another pausable screen. Right here's one of my favorite stats on this. Gold versus black. 55% gold, 45% black. We're about to get in territory where we have a whole lot more black days. And I do fiscal year. Look right here. Fiscal year, December 21st to December 20th. That's because I do it from the first day of winter to the last day of fall. I'd rather do that than calendar year. I want to break it up more seasons. But this will tell you how we're doing season by season. We averaged 38.4 kilowatt hours a day in the summer. Spring was better, 38.9. We actually did better in spring than we did in the summer. Percent of our goal, look at this if you want to. It turns black if we hit gold if we hit 133%, or black if we get below 33%. So black, you don't want to see black. But it happens a lot in the winter, as you see down here. Gold is where to be. We've already looked at this. My city water and light bill, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 months in a row we have not been charged for electricity. We've produced more than we've used. The last time the meter was red that we were charged, we had 2,487 kilowatt hours on the meter. Look at this. There's not an official spot for it, but September 20th, about a day or two before they're going to read it, we're at 1343. So we've got to use about 1,150, more or less, around 140 to 150 kilowatt hours more than we're going to produce before we're going to be charged again. I think September is guaranteed to be zero. They've already read it. It's going to be zero. October, guaranteed to be zero. November, almost guaranteed to be zero. And December, probably zero. So, I really think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to have 9 months in a row, very possibly 10. A minimum of 8 where we don't get charged for electricity. But you had to pay for the solar panels. Well, that's true. And I've always said it was pretty much a wash. Instead of paying electricity, we're paying a solar panel payment. But, and we, we did get them financed. And it was only 1.4% interest, which is just remarkable. They keep calling, wanting me to refinance and, and get some cash out, they say. They can, put a lien on my house and give me all kinds of money. And they talk about how much money we'll have. And because, why? They don't want to finance at 1.4%. They want out of this contract. They want out of it so bad. I could even call them and say, hey, you give me some money. You give me $5,000. I'll sign a new I don't think they do that. But anyway, here's the worksheet. This is just where I copy and paste from the website every month, what we do. And down here, it shows what percent of the electricity comes from the grid versus 1 astronomical unit away, which is my tongue-in-cheek way of saying from the sun. You hear 1 astronomical unit, that's 93 million miles, which is the average distance between the Earth and the sun. But look at this, 0%, 100% from 1 astronomical unit away, all these months in a row. Right here's my win-loss record. 6 and 2 this year, 75%. It was 2 and 4 last year, but that's because we had them hooked up at the end of May. We didn't have April and May where you gain a lot of good. And by the time they got hooked up, it was so hot, we were just using a whole lot more than we could produce. The first, look at 87% from the grid, 25, 30. We finally got a couple zeros. This year, I'm hoping, we've built up enough good where maybe it can carry us through a good part of the winter. We will have to wait and see. Here's something new I've added. Yearly, month by month. Right here, you see 2023, 2024, 2025. I could have easily made this graph for like 5 or 6 years. It would have looked nicer, but it was just too easy to copy this page over here and refigure everything. So I didn't. But this is going to show total kilowatt hours for the month for every single month. I didn't count May because we only have them hooked up for a few days in May. And then I can look and see as the years go by. If this is 1240 and this is 1210 and this is 1180 and this is 1150 and this is 1110 and this is 1050, I'm going to then know we've got a problem. So hopefully that won't be the case. Average daily kilowatt hours for the month. This is the average. Don't pay attention to September. That's because it's dividing by 30 days and we're not at 30 days yet. Whoops. Man, I don't know why Excel sometimes will show up as, an error when it's obviously not an error. I don't understand that. But anyway, most kilowatt hours in a single day. This I have to manually enter. I have most of this done where once I copy and paste into this worksheet, it's all done automatically. Now this is not. I have to enter this in manually. And then this is configured automatically. Then I have to enter this in manually. And this as well. So a lot of this page is manual entry, which I've got a solution to that, and I'm going to fix that, I think, in the near future, but this is the easiest thing for now, so it'll be automatic as well. Even all these graphs change colors automatically. But this will show the least kilowatt hours in a single day, so I can see my worst days and my best days. And I added this too. Records. The best of all time, the worst of all times, the best of the best, and the worst of the worst. Now this is done automatically. It searches on this page and looks for the largest number from, like, say, here to here, for instance, in August. That's what it's looking for, the largest number, and puts it in right there. Now, right now, most of these only have one or two to go on. So you're gonna have, it's gonna be two numbers, the lowest and the highest. But over time, this page will help me determine, if these are working well or not. Then our top dozen days. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages to track my solar panels. How many people do you know that would create 9 pages to follow solar panels? That's why, if you call me an Excel nut, then you'd be right. Nobody keeps the kind of records that I keep. Nobody keeps the kind of data that I keeps up with things that I keep up with. But believe me, I know what's going on. The only thing is, I'm going to sound like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. I don't know what's going on either, because I truly don't know if this versus this and this. If I really don't know if this versus this, this versus this, this versus this, it's just a fluke or if it's a problem. Look, these are full months. We did less in June this month than last year. Less in July, less in August. If somebody didn't keep these kinds of records, they wouldn't really know. And so is this because the panels are already degrading? They say electric cars, they'll degrade, as much as 5% within the first few months, and that's normal. Then the degradation really slows down. Is that the case here? Or is it just because of weather? The thing is, they say we should get 35.6, but they can't control the weather. They don't know how many cloudy days we're going to have. And cloudy days, man, it greatly harms it. It does. You have too many of those, and your numbers are going to go down. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have solar panels, if you plan on getting them. And if this is just a waste of time, there's no need even doing these videos because you don't give a crap. Let me know that too. I don't care. All right. Subscribe if you want to see this. I'll do this every month. I'll see y'all in the winter, okay? And I also do EV videos if you want to subscribe those. And subscribe there, okay? All right. That's about all. Bye.